Course of Strahd. Yes.
Horse of Strahd.
Course of Strahd.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, right. I
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
And you are the appetizers.
All right. Welcome to session 45 of Curse of Strahd. Let's start with the recap. From roughly a month ago, you had been in a situation where dinosaurs fought other dinosaurs in a tiny or a windmill not made for dinosaur battle. But eventually in this fight, Morgantha took a huge hit from Etri and turned invisible. One of the other hags ran up and jumped through the window, chased by Etri and Avery, while the other hag was maintained her concentration all throughout her dinosaur form and eventually dropped to 0 hit points in the dinosaur form and was killed. Etri ran up to the 3rd floor where he found a girl in a box by the name Myrtle. And so you set the windmill on fire, left her there. No, I think you took her with you. But then Myrtle, Irina, Avery, and Variak decided to head to Vallaki, while the others headed toward Castle Ravenloft for a dinner. You found a black carriage by the crossroads where the road became a bit more paved, ascending a bit to the left, and you stepped into this carriage drawn by 2 horses with no rider. And inside you found cloaks and gloves as gifts from Strahd, and the wagon started moving forward as rain started to pour. The other group of rescuers got themselves all the way to Vallaki's gates without issue, and that is where we ended. So, I guess we should probably start with the castle group, because maybe Pie Guy jumps
Castle
in.
boy.
Castle what?
Castle boys.
Castle boys, yeah. Let's see here. If I do this. So I go over to this. And I give Avery the view of the town he is approaching, as the others, as the evening comes nearer and it becomes a bit more dark. You all venture forth along the road until, let's see here. Okay. Oh wait, maybe this is where it is. Yes. Oh, it doesn't give the description. Well, darn. Hold on. How can I? I'm already lost here.
What's up?
I'm trying to find the description as you come to the castle. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, that's where it is. So, let me get us into this here. Sorry. I for some reason this whole description was in a weird place in the book. So I'm pulling you all to this scene. After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and then the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these gates is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high wall, stone gargoyles stare down at you with their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, you can see the main door of Ravenloft standing open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors.
Spooky.
Yes.
I mean, you guys want to go in?
We were invited.
Ready?
I have not taken my eyes off of the interior. And I take a big sigh, and then I just walk forward.
Okay. So you step out of the black carriage into the rain and immediately find yourself somewhat soaked in this rain. And start marching forward, and there's this drawbridge with a chasm into the far below, but you bravely march forward.
Well, the carriage isn't moving, right?
No, yeah, the carriage stopped, so you have to step out of it, yeah.
I gotta go. I don't have magic.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll follow behind Etri
Okay.
in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, there it is. That's fine. I was just stuck at 98%, and then I got here.
Yeah. And
And now we're leaving.
And then we're leaving immediately.
And then we're done.
Oh, 98. Okay, well, I got a little bit of rain.
You'll get more rain, it's fine, I promise. I'm still here.
I don't know.
But as you march forward, you see sporadic flashes of lightning shake the ground with thunder. You can see the flaming torches fluttering by the entrance, as well as high above the entrance is the round window with shards of broken glass lodged into its iron frame. Are you going straight through this? You can, as you sort of enter this courtyard, you can see that there are ways to go around the castle. There's paths on the right and left also. But the door is certainly inviting with its light.
That is a great question. I don't exactly feel in the mood to go exploring.
I think that'd be pretty rude.
Oh, there it is.
We have to stay here to let it load for Peter.
Yeah.
I could also send my brain around, but I'd like to have it with me.
I think sending the brain would be a good idea, because the additional thing that would help us is located under the castle? Question mark. I feel like that's right.
What are you looking for?
The like special library or whatever.
Yeah, the special place is supposed to have part of what we need in order to destroy Strahd. Or was it our ally? No.
One of your card readings, you mean?
Yeah, one of the card readings had us going under, right? No.
Okay.
Is my brain kerfuffled? Because it might be.
I personally, I don't know what you're talking about.
It might be a kerfuffled brain moment.
Underneath the castle, there is Alex's heaven. A library.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
this is an old castle.
Yeah.
Side note, can your brain cast Mage Hand to carry cutlery? Because if so, it could sit at the dinner table.
Oh my god.
You know what? If I had Mage Hand, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. I can't see anything that's about, but maybe there is a personal. Maybe you have a. Yeah, you have a thing where it says, "Go to the place where kings are buried, and you will find your instrument of power."
Oh.
Kingy.
Where kings are buried.
Yes. And it's under Castle Ravenloft. I literally have that note on here. Ha! I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy. I knew something.
Are you
had
sure?
happened. Well,
When you say it like that, you do sound kind of crazy.
well, it is me. So I mean, if we had our standards set pretty low, I'm gonna step over that bar.
I can send my brain looking around and see if you see anything.
I mean, it's that weird card I woke up with, so it's worth a check.
Okay, I can do that.
Thanks, Ronan.
My brain is pretty bright, so it'll be pretty easy to spot if someone's nearby.
Well, it just could be the beacon to let him know that we're here, so we don't crack open the door, and you're just trying to get attention.
So
Exactly.
the door is already open in front of you.
Oh, we don't want to enter without an escort,
Okay.
because it's
Well,
rude.
should I send my brain off to one of the side paths? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, the card wasn't very specific, but I would assume that there could be an entrance to the outside, from the outside.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna go inside, right? And
Yeah.
talk to Strahd and do all that. I'll send my brain outside and sort of explore. Maybe they can find a cellar or something.
Okay. So you're sending it to the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Left or right?
Right. Always right.
Always right. Okay.
And I'll give it the orders to just look around for anything cool, Brain. Okay.
It's just going to be going in a circle around the corridors.
I don't see anything
Always
yet.
Right.
Always right. I've gone right 5 times.
I can only go left. It's okay.
Well, it goes to the right, and like this whole courtyard is surrounded by a wall, and as it rounds the bend of the castle, it announces to you and says, there appears to be a gate preventing someone who's not me from going further to the backside of the castle. Should I fly through the gate?
That would be perfect. You just keep on exploring while we go inside and see what's up, okay?
Well, maybe I could find some pies for us to eat.
Maybe. I don't know if it'll be here, but correct. See what you can get.
Okay, so it starts moving about, and how far away can it move?
300 feet.
Okay, so it'll be within 300 feet of you, and it can communicate to you within all that 300 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, well, so you guys start heading into the entrance open ahead of you. Is that right?
If they're gonna do magic-y stuff on the outside, then I'm planning on giving it a second until we have all of our information.
Is Ronan... What is Ronan telling the party about the mind?
I mean, I was sending that guy to go see if there's anything interesting around the castle that we might know. The only thing of importance right now is that there's like a gate behind the castle that's stopping people from going further, but he got past that, don't worry.
Alright.
He'll tell me if there's anything else important.
Do you want to wait, or go ahead?
I think at this particular instance, no.
No to what?
I'll
forward.
make my way forward.
Okay. Okay. And Alexander is in accordance. Moving forward as well.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You walk through the rain in the through the courtyard into the entrance, and I'll now, for the sake of it, move us to a battle map. Not that it means battle, but just, I don't know.
God, this is cool. I forgot how cool your maps are.
Yeah, these are pretty cool maps.
I need to get me some of that Patreon money.
Yes, this is indeed some of that Patreon money at the moment.
So you don't have Patreon goodness, you know what I mean?
As you walk toward the entrance, you see the ornate outer doors hanging open, and you see further 20 feet inside is a second door that also hangs open. And as you come in, you can see overhead in this vaulted entry foyer are 4 statues of red dragons glaring down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight. Do you move forward?
Yeah.
Ronan, are those dangerous?
I don't know if. Oh. Hello. We have a person here. I don't know if they're dangerous.
Yeah. So as you move forward, you can see that this great vaulted, the great room with a vaulted ceiling is dimly lit with sputtering torches in iron sconces, and they cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stony gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the dome ceiling. You can see also cracked and faded ceiling frescoes at the top. Double doors of bronze stand closed right in front of you, and to the left of you there's a wide staircase climbing up into darkness. A lit hallway extends on the right side of you, and as you enter, you can see this elf with brown skin and long black hair descending down the wide staircase. As he does appear familiar to you, having met him before, as he is the man who gave you the invitation for the dinner.
Rahadin.
And
Brother.
he comes down. Oh, I made a wall instead of moving the token. He comes down and gives you a bit of a bow and says, "Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. The Lord of the Castle, Strahd, is currently occupied, but will be with you shortly."
Thank you.
And as you're stepping into the room, you can also hear the footsteps of 2 more figures who approach from the hallway to your right, as a man and woman come into this chamber.
Oh my gosh, is that Panic at the Disco?
No.
I'm not even informed enough to make a proper joke out of that.
Me neither. But this man and woman are well dressed in the woman in a long black decorated dress with embroideries, and the man in a 3-piece suit with this what's it called, the well,
Cravats?
cravat. I mean, I don't know if you can see. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Let's remove the pan to token setting. Where is that? Pan to token. That's disabled now. Thank you. Yeah, he's got. What's that old-timey thing where you have like a bunch of ruffled up clothing at your neck, like in the token? Do you see that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know.
I've got no clue.
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, well,
I'm
that's
pretty sure it's
think
just
I've
called a
ever-
ruffle.
sure.
I'm pretty sure it was just called like a ruffle.
If
Yeah.
we're gonna call it a ruffle now.
We'll go with
Yeah,
ruffle.
ruffle.
Ruffle works.
He's got a raffle on his neck.
Raffly ruffle.
And
Ruff.
they come in. The man with a smile on his face. The woman less smiling. The man says, Welcome to our castle. It is good. We've been waiting for such a long time. Welcome. I am Escher, and this is Sasha. What are your names? Please introduce yourselves.
It's Asha.
Do we know any of either one of these names based off of kind of our exploration of the area so far?
I don't believe so.
No, you have not heard these names. No. So he looks at you all and says, "Introductions would be in place, don't you think?"
After a short pause and a little bit of assessment going on in my internal monologue, I would take a half a step forward and give a very small, noticeable but not functional bow, and my name is Etri Whitelock.
Lovely. And what about you, handsome man? Looking at Alexander.
Alex looks straight at Ronan.
Oh, of course.
I'm obviously talking about you.
Obviously me.
No. But you can introduce yourself.
Are you saying that Ronan is not a fine piece of ass? Excuse you?
Rude.
I mean, apparently not for this guy.
My gosh. No taste.
Actually, if anyone has no taste, it's Ronan, because everything tastes like ash.
That is true.
Damn.
True.
Ash.
I got you.
Ronan's sort of sweating a bit being here, but yeah. Hello, my name is Ronan. Maybe you've heard of me, maybe not. He sort of just awkwardly stands there.
Very good. And again, what about you, handsome?
Again, you should. It would be nice to get a chance to introduce myself instead of you addressing Ronan twice. My name is Alexander Hamilton.
He is waiting in the wings for you.
He says, well, I think the three of you are not fit for dinner right now. We should get you into something proper, cleaned up. So why don't you follow me and we can have ourselves a pleasant time before the dinner.
Can I insight check that, please?
Sure. What are you trying to figure out?
I am trying to figure out if there is dangerous intentions to this.
Sure.
I don't know why that rolled twice.
Yeah, that's
First one's a 12.
Yeah. Reading him, he seems mostly happy. He doesn't give off any signs of treachery, or likewise, or other such. Or not, well, he doesn't give off the feeling that there's something bad about to happen. Yeah, malintention.
Are there any signs that he's a vampire?
You can, well, not immediately. Are you trying to look at him? For
yeah,
any
I'm just
signs?
trying to.
I guess you can make a perception check.
Stereotypes of vampires.
You're in your shaking state, you're trying to look at him and getting a sense. I mean, you're on high alert, but you don't. I mean, you might assume everyone's a vampire at this point, but you don't notice anything particular that would say that this is a vampire.
Okay.
You mean everyone is vampire Count Strahd von Zarevich?
Oh my god.
What?
Yes. These are two
Callback.
Strahd back. These are two Strahds. Strahd back.
You're a Strahd, and you're a Strahd, and you're a Strahd.
Everybody is a Strahd. Everybody gets a Strahd.
Yeah.
Well, good. I was wondering when you were going to offer to try us off.
Why, of course. Follow me. And
I will give a serious look back towards probably Alex more than Ronan, but then I will follow along.
Okay. So they start
I
walking.
will lag towards the back.
Yeah.
That's
in the
fine. I'm taking point, mostly because I'm a rogue and I use points.
Sure.
Haha, funny.
So you all are. Let's see here. There we have. Okay. You're all moving up to. Oh, is this thing not working again? Oh, it is. Good. Wow. I'm happy. You go to down the hallway, and you can see heavy double doors to your right, and to your left there is a small hallway that next to it you can see a suit of armor, and Escher takes a turn and walks toward the. Oh, you can't see anything?
I also cannot see anything.
That is correct.
I don't even think I'm zooming in or out on anything.
Yeah, I can't move the screen. Oh, I see loading. There's a loading bar.
Okay. Well, I pull.
You do not own any token on this
You don't?
on this vision in this scene
There
with
we
vision.
go.
Okay. What about now?
There we go. Yes, I am down. I am down mirror. Confirmed.
Good. Yeah. So as you walk down, Rahadin waits for everyone to follow, and then walks back behind you. But Escher takes a turn to the left, and I assume everyone just follows.
Sure.
Is there any direction that looks like it would take me downstairs?
Yes. Not here, but when you take the turn,
Okay.
you
We'll take
are
the turn then.
immediately. You can see that it goes a bit, a short distance down a hallway, and then you see a spiraling staircase that leads up, and a second spiraling staircase that leads down. Or again, no, it's the same spiraling staircase, but leads up and down. And you, Escher walks up this this spiraling staircase with no sound, because this map.
It's inside.
No, but also the Patreon person has failed with this map, particularly.
Aw. Don't talk about that person like that.
It's all good. They're working on it. But as you're taken up, or is anyone moving, doing a? Trying to get down, or is everyone going up?
Oh no, I'm staring intently going down. Like, should I not?
And as you're standing there intently watching this, you can hear Rahadin behind you says, "Why the hold up?"
No, I'm just curious what's in the basement of a giant old manor.
Curiosity can get us in trouble.
Curiosity is how one grows. Any good book will tell you that.
Well,
May I?
let's go upstairs now.
May I?
You may go upstairs.
May I go downstairs?
You may not.
Why not?
We're getting you all dressed for the dinner.
Well, I think I look fine, but
You're quite soaked in the water of the rain.
oh, trust me, it's been quite an adventure since we got here unexpectedly that this is the least of my worries.
All
However,
right.
if I take this torch with me and I point to the wall, I can dry myself off and still look.
It says, "You better go upstairs."
I better go upstairs?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Say I were to go downstairs, what would happen?
I would stop you from doing that
Why?
because you are not permitted to go downstairs.
Are you permitted to go downstairs?
That is not
Are you permitted
relevant.
to
I mean, I'm just trying to have a casual conversation with you. Are you permitted to go downstairs?
I am a resident of this castle, so I might, but that is not the question we're debating. Let's find ourselves up and get you dressed into something more appropriate, cleaned up.
Then let me ask you this. Now, I am starting up the stairs, so I'm not having this argument at the base of the stairs anymore.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What is downstairs then?
The basement.
What
You
is
can-
in the basement?
It is a large castle. There are a lot of things there, but wine for one,
I see.
as one keeps wine cellars downstairs.
Very important. Smart use
Indeed.
of the space. Anything
Indeed.
else?
blood.
Blood.
It's blood.
That is for you to wonder and for me to know.
I am wondering, and I'm asking you so I can know.
Well, I am not one to tell the Lord of the Castle's secrets, so you can stay wondering and I will stay knowing.
What is a secret among friends?
I was not aware that you considered me a friend. We have only met twice for the total of a couple of minutes.
You have a very trusting face, or else I wouldn't have gotten into your carriage.
Well, good for you. Or I suppose good for me if I have a trusting face, but I'm afraid I'm not going to tell you what is lurking in the basement.
Something is lurking in the basement now?
Perhaps you shouldn't go and see,
I mean,
or
I've
you might
faced scarier things
find
before.
yourself in trouble.
If you had a sister, you'd and he stops and just very quietly hangs his head and starts walking.
Oh,
Can Ronan hear any of it? Or, like, did we just go on ahead?
I mean, it's. I suppose it's up to you. The others continued walking. This conversation took part in for a moment. I'd say, with your passive perception, you might not have noted it, but I would say Etri did, that the two stayed behind. And I mean, I suppose you might have at least heard some the echo of a conversation from downstairs with Alexander. And if you then would have stopped or tried to listen in is up to you.
No, I would have definitely just been following Etri and the others. I wouldn't have stopped. But...
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But as you go up the stairs, I suppose we can jump over to Valaki for a bit. Let's see here.
I'm outside of Locky, according to the map. It's fine. I know.
Yeah. Well, you are. Also, well.
Actually,
I'm outside. Yeah. So you come to Valaki with Irina, the child, and Variac. And what are you planning on doing?
okay.
I
Well,
will
honestly,
say, like, you get through the gates. Irina, with her position as nobility, is permitted inside, and so are you all. And you are, though, asked to display all your weaponry for recording in their logs at the guard house. And you are also informed that you must not speak the devil's name within the walls. You must attend each and every festival if you are present during the festival, and you must not bear any writing nor speak any ill of the Baron Vargas Valakovich.
Man, I've just been bought through customs.
Yeah, you're brought through customs as you enter town. Is
there any music going on? I can't hear anything for some reason.
No, this particular scene doesn't have it, but I can move you on to a street view.
Okay.
Hold on.
I was just curious because I was like, am I supposed to not be hearing anything, or is there something playing on my Foundry's like herp derp derp?
Yeah, no, that's. It's also the thing is, like, if I start playing sounds, like, then everyone hears the same sound. I guess it doesn't really matter. But,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, because some of these maps have the built-in ambience. So.
Oh, funky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe we would just well, he would fly. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really walk that often.
Sure.
But yeah, he would fly alongside after going through the process.
Yeah.
With Irina.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you do
just
get
fly closer and say, "I don't suppose you would know anybody in town."
Yeah, you do get a lot of looks. Even the guards are like freaked out a bit because there is a huge Goliath and a tiny Fae. So and just two humans. It's an odd party.
Sorry. If anybody stares for too long, I would be like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, and they just walk off when you ask them.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, as you ask, Irina responds and says, "Well, perhaps we should go to the Church of St. Andrews. There is also an orphanage on the other side for little Myrtle. Perhaps that would be a good place for her to live in."
Perhaps, if I would like to look at this orphanage first and have that be sorted, and perhaps we can go to your church. I myself am not a man of faith, but I think it is good for people to rely on something that would persuade them to do good.
Let's go there then. It's on the other side of town.
Very well. Lead the way.
Yeah, and
What say you, Variac? Silence. You just hear like the AOL sign-up sound.
yeah, he's got the modem that's booting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna head forward with Irina to the orphanage if that's alright.
Sure. Yeah. And you walk through town and eventually come to what Irina points out to be the orphanage. As I can't activate these scenes because people are on different scenes. You see this 2-story building that appears to have an attic that has a sign above the entrance door that reads Saint Andrew's Orphanage. And on the opposite side of the road on this, after you've walked, and you've walked for like half an hour through town at this point, but
yeah, my wings are kind of hurting a little bit.
What?
My wings are kind of hurting a little bit.
Yeah, but you see on the other side of the road to this orphanage is a church, and next to it, to the left side, is the large cemetery, or not large, but regular size.
Sizable,
cemetery.
yeah.
Sizable cemetery, yeah.
Yeah. How before we go into the orphanage, I'm going to turn to Myrtle and say, Myrtle. I would like to know how you are doing, at least now.
I'm happy that Irina is here. She's always so nice.
Yes, she is.
I remember when I lived in Barovia that she would sometimes come and give all the kids food and stuff, and that was very nice.
1 moment, let me just quickly check something. Yeah. Would I have had a long rest since?
Not since
would I have had a long rest since then?
Not since the fight with the hags. No.
All right, good to know. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
But I say, no, it may not be the best, but perhaps you would be safe in this orphanage.
She says, are there nice people there?
We shall find out. If they are not, I can promise you we will try to find you a better place.
Okay.
Yes. Let us go.
Yeah.
He just gives over the shoulder of the kid, he just kind of gives a bit of a nod to Irina.
Yeah. And I imagine also that throughout all of this, Irina and Myrtle would have held hands, to comfort and such.
It's mom and dad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in some sense, yeah.
Yikes. But yeah.
Okay.
So, how big is your dad? He's about the same size as me. What?
What? Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to move towards the orphanage and rap on the door sharply. Hello, is anybody in?
Yeah, and as you get closer, you can hear the sounds of kids inside laughing and making kid sounds, like they do. and you knock on the door and wait for a moment as a younger girl, maybe in her mid-teens, 15 or something, opens the door and says, looks at the flying Fae and is kind of taken aback and says, "What's going on?"
Please disregard my appearance. We rescued this young child here, and I would like to investigate your facilities to see if it is suitable for her to stay, if it is all right.
She kind of looks around, like, is there another flying little person? I mean, you're a little person already, but she notices the small girl holding hands with Irina, and she says, "Okay, I'll go get Miss Belasco. One moment," and leaves the door open.
Avery is going to say, "Wait here," and is going to go just walk in and start investigating the area.
Okay. Yeah, you can see you end up in a for the sake of it, we'll go with some theater of mind. You see a hallway with kind of children's shoes and such laid out on the right side by the entrance. You can see a stair that goes to a second floor, and 4 doors on this floor. You can see one that has a placard on top of the door that says Headmistress Belasco, and you can hear the sound of kids from the open door to your left, and then there are two more doors further down the hallway, and you can see the teenage girl walked to the back door on the right side.
Okay, so what I'm generally looking for. Okay, what I'm generally looking for is how beat up is this place? What I'm basically doing a risk assessment, pretty much.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, it looks in fine condition. There isn't anything particular that's standing out in this hallway that you're in.
Okay, but I'm speaking are there loose floorboards? Are there too many sharp edges? Are the kids
actually
looking very taken care of?
You would have seen you would have seen above the entrance door on the second floor, the window would be boarded up, which would have possibly piqued your curiosity, but but
the kids look healthy.
That's the only thing. Well, you've seen the one kid thus far, but you have children's noises and the door open.
I'm gonna start finding my way to the nearest children's noise, and then I presume Myrtle is waiting with Irina. But I'm just investigating.
You told them to wait, so yeah, they're doing that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna investigate the nearest sound of children's noise and see if there are actually healthy children here, or if this is a front.
Okay. So I'll pull you to this scene. Now there aren't any kids per se in this scene, but this is the room you see as you look into the open door. You can see that there are a group of girls, 3 girls, sitting by a doll house in one corner. You're looking at this room from here, from this perspective, or from this door actually that's open there. If you can see that, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And you see that there is a couch in front of a fireplace, and there is an older girl. Actually, no, it wouldn't be an older girl, because that's the one who came up to you. So you can see that appears to be a group of younger toddlers on the rug in front of the sofa, kind of impatiently waiting and like poking each other and being kids. As well as you can see a girl and a boy who are chasing each other around in this room.
But the kids, sorry, if I could just roll like a medicine check to see if they just look healthy, is what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for signs of malpractice or bad treatment or that sort of stuff.
I'll say make a perception check.
Yeah, usually I'm a paranormal investigator, but today, I'm a health inspector.
Yeah.
Sorry, investigation?
Perception, I'd say.
Perception.
You're looking for anything that's, telling of.
I don't know if that rolled it.
Didn't.
To roll to everyone. Roll.
That did not roll.
Medicine, normal roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, no, perception.
Perception, yeah. It's just not rolling anything.
Nothing's happening when you roll it?
Hold on. Let me just change it. Let me just... Perception, normal roll.
Beyond? I can't see it on D&D Beyond either.
I don't know. Let me try relog.
Yeah.
It's been funky.
Funky town.
Right. Tonk. Yeah, it just says to roll to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah?
Everyone, self. What is it? Nani.
On your D&D
I'll just roll
a
d20. Yeah, I'll just roll a d20 here and I'll add my modifier.
Roll a d20 on Foundry, yeah.
15.
15, yeah. You're standing there and looking at the kids, and you take note of some what appear to be bruising on some of the kids, along arms and some exposed legs that seem to have like darker spots that you believe to be some kind of bruising. But what that might be, we'll figure out later as we jump back to the castle. So I have to jump between these scenes. Bouncing back and forth. So, as you all follow the procession, you ascend to the second floor. You can see this small landing with just a closed door and the spiraling staircase continuing upward. And Escher and Sasha both continue up the stairs. And unless otherwise spoken, you follow along to a third floor of similar make, or in the sense that there's a door and a landing and nothing more. And then as they ascend up to the fourth floor, you get a different experience. As I have to should have done this before, but here we are now. I'll pull people into this. Pull to scene, and pull to scene. And we've got Mr. Escher, Sassy, no Sasha, Rahadin in the back. Can you see this scene now?
Yes.
Okay. As you ascend to this floor, you can see there's a a rug covering the floor on one side of the room, and there's this time a second spiraling staircase a bit further into this room that ascends even higher up. And there is a door to your left, and in front of that there is a hatch with a trapdoor. And at the back of the room, you see. Oh, that's the wrong thing I did. I guess everyone sees this.
Very sassy looking painting.
Yeah, you can see at the end of the hallway, or this room, I rather, is the
I also see off to the left.
portrait. Off to the left. What?
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry.
But as you come into this room, Escher opens up this door and turns back and says, "Just in here, we'll get you suited for the dinner." And enters the room. And Sasha close behind. And I assume, are you following along?
Yes.
I would like to ask the brother something, because I know I've just been, on his nerves the entire process.
This wouldn't be the brother.
This one. This guy.
Oh,
No.
there I am.
No, he's not the brother? I thought he was a brother.
No.
Or is he just a servant?
You hold on. Now I have to think about what you've all been. But you've been to Kresk by the pool. Yeah. And the statue animated itself there and introduced itself as Sergei von Zarevich, the brother of Strahd.
Okay, so this isn't the brother.
This is a dark-skinned elf, or a darker complexion elf. Sergei is a human, or this you saw the statue of a human that animated itself and introduced itself as Sergei von Zarevich, the brother of Strahd. But this is not the brother. No.
Oh, okay.
But you have met him in the first chapter of the book, in which you saw him teach, or rather, at the end of the vision, he turned up to the young Strahd to practice sword fighting with him.
Yes. Yeah, so I would like to turn to this guy and be like, so we know you-ish, because you picked us up and gave us the invitations and whatnot, but who are those two? How are they in relation to the master of the castle?
He says, the Lord takes many friends, and it's a large castle, so they are friends of the Lord of the castle. Perhaps you should ask them yourself.
I will do just that, but it's good to know that his generosity knows no bounds, and I will make my way inside.
Yeah. As you make your way inside,
character sheet, you were driving me crazy. Calm down. Keeps popping up.
Oh. You come into a pretty cozy looking lounge with various couches and places to relax. You see 3 ornate lanterns. Actually, let me. We could also move to this. or you get a better view of this particular room. So I get one here. Slowly but surely. All right. You see three ornate lanterns hanging by chains from beams on the ceiling, each casting a dim glow to this room. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel lattice work, and a bookcase sits on the left side between 2 doors. You can see a second door on the other side of the bookcase, and you are standing by the other. You see plush overstuffed chairs and couches, and in one of these chairs you can also see a dark-skinned woman with a very ornate clothing and jewelry, and dressed to the brim. As I can pull in all the characters in the room at the moment. They're so small compared to the room. But you can see her relaxing on one of the chairs and looks as you all enter in and says, "Oh, finally our guests have arrived. Welcome."
Thank you.
And she says, "I am Ludmilla. I have heard much about the 3 of you, and I believe some others, but maybe they could not make time for this."
They had some other things to do.
Alexander's at the bookshelf.
Such an out of character move to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Crazy. Okay. She, as you're doing that, I guess you can roll me in. Are you looking for anything particular?
Looking for books, if there are any books specifically about the castle and the castle's design.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
My passive's 19, but okay. I might be able to roll better than that, so. I can!
You are able to do that. Wow. Okay. So you're doing that. She says, who wants to be first to get dressed for dinner? I can arrange for you to be cleaned up, and we've got some appropriate clothing for you to wear.
Ronan is an older man. I think he would appreciate being cleaned up first.
That's sort of true. Yeah, I'd like to go first.
She says, very well. Follow me. As she's gesturing to the second door on the other side of the bookcase. She says, we'll get you dressed in this room next to us.
Okay.
And at the same time, Escher pops up, and Rahadin appears to not have come into this room as the door is closed behind. But Escher, as he sees that Alexander is busy doing books, turns to Etri and says, would you like if I combed your hair a bit, made that look a bit more appropriate?
I think to myself a little bit, and and then I just give a nod. I don't really think I've ever had a true combed hair, maybe finger comb, but not, not more than that. So why not?
Yeah.
Sure, let's try this.
Yeah, and he takes a tarnished silver comb and says, "Wonderful. Sit here and relax as I will make sure that you look ever so beautiful." And starts combing your hair. And it feels wonderful. I imagine. I don't know. I guess roll for hair sensitivity for Etri. How sensitive is Etri's hair bottom? Oh shit!
Very. Poor thing.
It's brutal. It hurts.
I imagine just like the first half, because it's so tangled and have sensitive scalp.
Oh yeah.
But like once we get past that, it's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. You can hear some like light like winces of pain from Etri and some heavy breathing. Maybe Escher says, "Relax. This has not been combed for I don't know if ever." As you split the party, Ronan going into a room alone with a stranger, and she asks you to get undressed. You enter a nearby room with a double bed that takes up most of the room, with a four poster bed that has the drapery covering, but she opens it and there are some sets of fine clothing to get into for you all. And she asks you, she says, well, just get into your undergarments and I will make sure that you will not dirty the new clothes.
Yeah, I'll just do as she says.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, Alexander, reading through books, you find several titles amongst the books. You find one that's called Embalming the Lost Art. You find Life Among the Undead, Learning to Cope, a self-help book for undead. You find one that's called Goats of the Balinock Mountains. And then you find one that piques your interest called Castle Building 101.
Favorite.
Yeah. But you do not find the what's it called? Blueprints for Castle Ravenloft. Unfortunately, not even with a 29, because that book doesn't exist in this particular.
That's fair. That's very fair. But I like the books that I'm reading. I'll grab the self-help one about living with the undead, and I will crack that open.
Okay.
I like the idea that
Sammy, you don't need to go into any detail about it. My goal is to get like some form of like, if I need to manipulate the undead in any way, like talking to them or whatever. My goal is just to get the DC lowered essentially by reading this book.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go into detail about it, but that's kind of my overall goal.
I like the idea that you can just like say one phrase and someone just goes, "Hey, that's from the book."
That's from the book.
Yeah.
I'm learning and I'm trying to value things.
It says to say to undead, there, it'll get better. Time will heal even this undead wound.
And then it says, "No, you'll literally get better. You grow stronger with age."
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it works kind of in the opposite way that people age. Yeah. No, you start reading that, and yeah. You, I'll just. I guess we can play through this scene in its entirety. So, once Ronan gets undressed, you can see that this Ludmilla is casting a spell to clean you off magically, removing all the dirt off your body and the wetness. And then presents or sort of gestures for you to get into some fine clothing. And once you're dressed and ready, you all of a sudden feel so much more lively in fine clothing. I don't know if Ronan has ever been in fine. Maybe has Ronan been in fine clothing?
Maybe like once or twice in his life. Definitely a rare occasion.
Yeah, it is. You feel special for this moment. So you don't feel the ickiness of the dirt and grime and the like all that's been on your body for the last several days or weeks. And well dressed, and she gives you a smile and says, "It's definitely an improvement."
I mean, I feel really good.
Yes. Well, let's get your friends the same treatment.
Yeah, okay.
And she says, "We'll return your clothes cleaned after dinner." So.
Thank you.
And takes you back into the room where everyone can gaze their eyes on the now clean, still hunching and shaking old man in fine clothing.
Absolutely beautiful.
I don't know how well I'd be able to see it. There's my eyes are probably watery right now.
yeah, that might also be the case. But as Ludmilla notices that Etri is getting the treatment, she looks down. I was picturing Alexander just sitting on the floor reading these books, but maybe you're taking a
100%. I'm sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I found a book and I just bloop and like plop myself down and sitting on the floor.
There's like a pile of books around you already.
Yeah. I'm on my third self-help book and I'm like, okay.
Interesting points. So Ludmilla looks down and says, "You do know we've got couches. You can also read on those. But your friend has been dressed now, and I think it's time for you to find yourself in some more clean and appropriate clothing."
Okay. All right. Sure. And I will get up and
Still reading the book.
yeah, I'm still reading and like I'm using my peripheral vision to like follow her into the room.
Okay. But she does the same treatment. I guess you put the book on the bed for a bit to get yourself on. No? Are you taking
I know
off?
how to read and take off my clothes. Do you know how many times I've
sure.
around books?
Okay, yeah, that's true. You're proficient in undressing with a book. You're proficient in books. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you take off your clothes with one hand or maybe your elbows are holding onto the book while you're getting undressed. You know your procedure.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then you from your periphery can hear and see the mumbling of Ludmilla as she cleans you and tells you like lift your arm, like kind of does that whole thing.
She gets near my face and I'm like moving my face away. I'm like, no, you're gonna block me being able to read.
But you need powder puff.
She's definitely dealing with a toddler.
Yeah, she says, just make sure not to read during the dinner. The Strahd will not appreciate that.
Well, I'm sure if it was one of his does he have a favorite book? Like this stops Alexander and he's just like, does Strahd have a favorite book? Because I'm pretty sure if I was reading his favorite book, he would understand how important it is.
Tusk Love.
It is Tusk Love, but he only has one copy and he will not give that away. No.
Well, I'm just borrowing it.
No, she says, I don't know what his favorite book is, but perhaps you can ask him yourself.
Can you go ask him now so I can get a head start on reading the book? It would make for perfect conversation for dinner.
Dinner will be shortly. We don't have time for such things.
You don't have time to run downstairs and ask what his favorite book is and then go get it?
No, and I will not do that.
Oh, and you instant look of a kicked puppy.
Yeah.
Very sad. And then I go back to quietly reading whatever book is in my hand. Probably the Building Castle for Dummies.
She says, you will have to get dressed yourself. I'm not going to help you with that. And then she gestures for you to get dressed into some finer clothing.
Yeah, I take longer than Ronan did, though.
Yeah,
because I'm reading while I'm like trying to put I have like the book against my face as I'm pulling my face through the head hole, so I don't have to stop reading.
Your eyes just going from left to right as you read each line.
You're going through the shirt is more like a tunnel, and your face is always poking out at every point just to see the book.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the sleeve if I'm trying to like get into it properly. Yep.
You're an expert book reader. Yeah.
I am.
So
I took proficiency in it, guys.
Yes.
Strahd's favorite book is Tusk Love, The Manuscript.
The manuscript.
Ooh.
The original.
He wrote it.
He wrote it.
All right.
Hopefully, my book can travel across the plains, and someday it will be noticed as the best erotic writer.
Yeah. But you are then dressed eventually, and Escher finishes after, as you say, a while. It's easier to brush your hair, and then he finds some leaves and other things in your hair that he kind of removes and like forms a small pile of of just shit that's in Etri's hair, but eventually completes the brushing and says, now that was quite the dirty hair, but now it's much better. Maybe it's seems that it's your time to find yourself in some more appropriate attire, as well as you can see Alexander, book in face, come out of the room.
Oh, yeah, sure. My hair has shed quite a bit of volume.
Mm-hmm.
Just the volume with all the stuff in it.
Yeah. The volume is on the floor at the moment. Ludmilla takes you into the room and does the whole procedure again, but a bit less complicated, as there is no book involved. But eventually you all three find yourselves dressed and cleaned and ready for a dinner, as you are in this lounge with these three individuals. Is there anything you wish to speak about or talk
May I ask where our equipment is currently?
So Ludmilla says, we will make sure that your equipment is cleaned and ready for you when you are done with your dinner with Strahd, as you take a leave from the castle.
If they try to take my quill, I explain that it's my bookmark, and I will mark, quote unquote, a page in the book that I'm reading with my quill and shut it and hold on to the book.
Yeah, well, it's You also have a chest pocket that you could have the quill pop out of.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do I have my spell book? I assume I wouldn't have given that up, but maybe I did.
I mean, you can have the spell book just on your side if you like. I mean, these clothes aren't made for like carrying large objects, but you can have your spell book with you if you'd like to carry it.
I would like to carry it.
Yeah.
I will relinquish my cross, because I have a crossbow, a heavy crossbow, a dagger, and a long sword. I will relinquish those.
Okay. Yeah.
Should I also dismark my leather?
Well, yeah, you don't have the leather armor
Okay.
at the moment, no.
We're gonna walk into a fight. I want to make sure that I got all my stats right for.
Yeah. You're.
Can I insist to keep my cloak? Because it's fancy.
Yeah. Well, you ask to hold on to the cloak, and Escher kind of gives you a bit of a smile and says, "It does suit you. I like it. Ludmilla, work your magic." And she kind of goes like gives a sigh, like ugh, and then comes up to you and does the same magic to clean it as well. And you are now in fine clothing with a peculiar cloak around you.
My good old-fashioned cloak that I've had since way towards the beginning of this campaign.
Yeah. Are you holding on to your Tome of Strahd?
Yep.
Okay.
It's mixed in with the stack of books that I'm reading to try to kind of like disguise it a bit.
Are you carrying a stack of books to the dinner? Is that the idea?
Yeah, unless they try to take them from me, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
I will ask Strahd at dinner, are any of these your favorite? Because they refused to bring it to me so we could have a conversation about it, but I've read these.
Yeah. But now that you are here and assured that your things will be given back once you leave, is there anything you want to talk as you have a moment of quiet in wait for dinner?
Would I be able to I don't know, slip the dagger of venom into a would I able to keep my dagger on me?
Yeah, I'd say a dagger is you could hide in clothing.
I wouldn't really even need to have it out.
Yeah.
And if asked about it, it's not for offense at this moment. I am here for the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It is for peace of mind and defense if necessary.
Yeah. I'll say you can fit the dagger on your person. without it being a poking dagger that's just ruining the mood.
Good.
It's a dagger in your pocket. Or are you having a good time? Is the question. Good.
The people are still with us, right? We're not alone or anything.
Yeah. These three are in the room
Okay.
with you. Yeah.
I would love to play chess with someone. I do see a chessboard
Yeah,
there.
sure. Escher says, well, I do enjoy myself a game as well, though I don't think we have time for that right now.
Yeah, well, we
Perhaps.
could get one started. Maybe we come back later and finish it, just to pass the time.
Make
Plus,
a
I'm not very
persuasion
good.
check.
Okay. I learned the rules when I was very young. I haven't played it since, so.
Yeah. And again, the +3 we do remember is pity, charisma, right? The old
Is
man.
that what it is?
Didn't we agree on that?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
like the old man.
don't deny an old man's wish, man.
Yeah, exactly. It might be his last. He looks at you and says, "All right, we can start the game, but yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
And he puts the board. It's already in order for a party to take place, and he starts playing with you. But a short moment into that, as you are the white pieces, but you're still already behind after a short bit. You forgot a move that countered the move you made. The door opens as Rahadin stands in the doorway and says, "The Lord is ready for you to join him at dinner. Please follow."
Okay.
And that is where we'll jump back to the orphanage. Though I wonder, do we want to take a 10-minute break? Because now it's also like people can't take breaks while the scene isn't being played on their end. And I'm fine with not taking a break.
I'm okay to keep on going.
I mean,
By the way-
if anybody wants to just go and grab a drink whilst we're having our scene,
I mean, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that's also the case. So I can jump back to the orphanage.
the orphanage.
Oui. Again, I'll pull you to this scene.
I'm being pulled into another dimension.
Right into the scene. Again, you look at this seemingly happy kids being children, and notice some bruising on some of them.
Cool. Medically speaking, because I do have proficiency in medicine,
Yeah.
would I be able to know if that is from lashing or just from them like bumping into, just being kids, you know?
Looking from the doorway, it's hard to tell.
I'm still on the home screen, by the way. Don't know why.
Yeah, I tried to. Well, that's the that's the active scene. I've just pulled people to different scenes.
Thank you.
Yo.
I think you can pull people specifically to specific scenes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
So from the doorway, it is hard to tell the nature of the bruises. You just notice that there are like some bruising on some parts of some kids.
This is stupid, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm going to cast Reduce on myself.
Okay. All right.
If I'm gonna get a long rest out here anyway, I might as well.
How do you do, fellow kids?
No, because I'm not. I've
Well,
gone from small
Yeah, he's
to
already
tiny.
he's already the size of the kids.
Yeah,
And now,
I am even smaller.
yeah, you're a tiny little thing.
I'm just going to try stealth over, potentially on the ceiling, because gamers don't look up.
Okay.
And just no, actually, I'm not going to go on the ceiling. I'm going to try a stealth over and see if I can get a closer look, because
Okay.
I'm not leaving Myrtle at a place where they lash the kids.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Okay. I'll say, but you're not being stealthy, but you're still, or what are you?
Yeah, I'm going to try actively stealth if I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. So
You know,
go ahead and make
like
a
behind
stealth check.
toys and
Yeah.
around the terrain, I guess,
Sure.
because this would now be very big terrain for me.
Sure.
Oh, I rolled it in the thing. Sorry, I'll roll it in. Just roll a d20 and add my modifier.
Yeah.
It's only +1. So.
Stealth is +1.
18.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, you. I mean, from the door to the nearest thing that might block view, you make a dash, and luckily no one notices. And get a
It
closer.
would probably be the dollhouse, I expect.
Sure. Yeah. You can walk along the
Yeah.
left side of the wall, and you can also see, looking into this room, that beyond this scene, like on the other side of it, are a couple of doors into rooms deeper in. But you walk up closer to the dollhouse, to the three girls by the dollhouse. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, and make a I'll say make a medicine check as you get closer. Then.
Okay. Oh fuck! I keep doing it in D&D Beyond. Sorry.
It's weird that it doesn't appear in the game log either.
That is 11.
Yeah. Sent to default, is that self at the moment?
I don't know.
If you click the game log that's at the top on the right in D&D Beyond, next to the where it says campaign Curse of Strahd, there's the speech bubble.
It's not letting me open the game log.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh.
Nope.
Weird. Okay. Well, something's. What's your medicine? 7, so 11.
I've cast Enlarge using my fairy magic, so it doesn't reduce. It doesn't remove my spell slot, because I can cast it once per day.
Oh, you're doing that. Yeah. Cool.
So I, my medicine roll was an 11 total.
Yeah. Getting closer and looking at it, you're having a hard time really figuring it out. It doesn't necessarily look like lashing, and
Right.
it's kind of weird, but you have a hard time figuring out how they might have appeared.
Okay.
Just from looking at them.
Because my curiosity has the better of me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm gonna regret doing this. God, I can't. Yeah, I can't leave these kids injured. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Prayer of healing. How many kids were there here?
In here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 kids.
Okay.
Yeah, 9.
I'm not gonna be able to heal them all. Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
Also, with your passive perception, you can at this point definitely hear behind you footsteps in the hallway that you imagine could.
I'm going to But yeah, I'm going to bolt out and drop. Enlarge. In fact, I'm going to keep enlarge reduce on. Screw
Okay.
it. I'll be tiny for now.
All right, sure.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. How long does it last for? 1 minute. So
1 minute.
yeah, I'll drop it and
Okay.
pop out.
Okay.
Um.
So, are you popping out of and reduce when in the kids' room and as you're leaving it?
I'm leaving. Yeah. When I've
Into the
left, I'll
hallway?
just quietly make my way out as much as I can,
Okay.
so they don't notice the doll-sized fairy.
Okay.
And be like, play with fairy, and I'll be like, no, no.
yeah.
My ultimate enemy.
Yeah, but are you trying to, because you're going into the hallway where you can hear movement, are you trying to get out of the whole orphanage before revealing yourself?
Oh
or?
no, just meeting the. I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't around
Sure.
the area.
Okay. So you become normal sized as you are at the door to the to the hallway. Yeah, cool.
And I'm going to pretend as though I was just looking in on them,
Yeah.
and going to make my way out and see if the headmistress is here.
Well, as you come to the entrance in your regular size, you can see this older woman with a kind of a slightly tired look, but with the white hair pulled back into a bun, in her 60s, you imagine.
She looks like a real cool.
Yeah, she comes and notices you at the doorway. Like you've gotten used to this, but like immediately taking notice of your tiny person and your wings, and
the fact that I don't actually look like a manly man, like 100%. Avery looks like just a normal, very boyish as well, because he's a fairy.
Like,
so it doesn't help about this.
Yeah, one of the kids just grew wings.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. She says, "I'm sorry. Who are you?"
Going to fly a little bit closer before going, "Hello, my name is Avery."
She's thinking of
what? Hello, my name is Avery Wilkes. I am here with a child. I was curious about the condition of the more concerned for young Myrtle. I'm just going to gesture. We've come to drop her off, but I had to investigate the place myself, so I would hope that you would forgive me for my curiosity.
She goes,
we just want the best for her.
And who is this Myrtle you speak of?
I gestured to the kid.
Right, yeah, she's outside by the doorway, so I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you... Who is she to you?
We freed her from witches, and if she gets harmed, I can assure you that I will be making my way back here, and that I will know.
And I'm sorry. You are new here.
Yes. Come to take care of your nobility. And I'm kind of going to imply that I'm going to try and imply that I mean Strahd, but I'm not going to say his name.
Okay. Yeah.
Because apparently it's illegal to say his name here, so...
She says, well, Ivana, can you please help Myrtle?
Yes.
And, well, if you are, as it seems, you are strange but kind person to bring a child who was taken. Are you? Well, I can see you have other friends. Are they with you? Kind of pointing. I imagine that Variac is with Irina for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Just
My
this
friends,
huge creature next to the Irina.
my friend and my colleague, Irina and Veriak, respectively, we travel together for now.
She says, "Would you mind joining me in my office?"
Yes. Let us go.
And she opens the door with the headmistress Belasco on the top into a room with a shelf, a bookshelf on the left, and a door leading further on the left as well, next to the bookshelf, and a desk with a chair on the other side. And she goes around to sit there and waits for you all to enter.
This is a bit of a long shot, but are there any illusions or traps or that sort of stuff?
You're not magically trying, you're just trying to look around to see if you could find anything.
Any discrepancies, basically? Yeah.
Make an investigation check then.
Cool. My best skill.
Yeah,
Bloody
finally.
there again. Don't know if it's a hidden game log or not, but I can't see it, so.
No.
Um.
Now something happened. That's a nat 20.
I had a -1, so that's 19.
Oh, it's your. Oh, I thought it was. But you're an investigator. What the hell? Okay.
He is an investigator, but he's more the kind of investigator that would notice things are off and deal with people.
Sure.
There's more than one way to find out about a case, you know.
Looking into the room, you do not see anything that appears off. Nothing that you can see through as an illusion or anything.
Can't wait till the grandma fight where I get in that one.
But as you all enter the room, she asks, "Please close the door behind you." And
I'm just gonna, just gently push it closed.
Yeah.
Is Irina and Variak with me, or?
Yeah, I imagine they follow with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say to Variak, I don't suppose you mind staying outside and guarding the door?
Says, "What are you thinking?"
Just in case.
Outside this door or outside the orphanage?
This door. This door.
Sure, but you'll tell me what she says.
I'll keep you posted.
Good. I don't know if Variak would do that, but now she does that.
Yeah, it's more of a sort of thing is if anybody comes up and they're like,
sure.
A threat, basically.
Yeah. So as you close the door, this headmistress, she says, "We've had some problems here, and it seems that if you have rescued the girl from witches, you say, you must be people who can help with issues."
I like to believe that I am somewhat of a problem solver, as is my colleague outside.
She says, "Strange things have happened, and it's been for about a month since a boy came to this orphanage, Felix. Cute little boy. His parents died in front of him, so he's been very quiet and reserved about it all. But
Right.
Well, two weeks ago, another boy jumped Cedric jumped through the second-story window to his death for no apparent reason.
I
And
see.
just a week ago, 3 other kids ran away. I know that I've grown a reputation of being strict because children need discipline, but I didn't know that they would escape. They're just little boys, and I've not been able to find them anywhere.
Have you considered not beating children?
I have not beaten children. I've
Oh, when you said discipline, I thought you meant,
no. Well, I've also noticed the bruising on the children, but they only say that happens during the nights, and there is no explanation to it. And
very well.
the most recent is just a few days ago. A very important personnel here, Milivoj, he also works as the gravedigger by the cemetery. He helps out a lot with the kids, but he's fallen ill, and maybe you could help by looking at him.
Perhaps I'm happy to look at your colleague. I have a question.
What is
A
that?
bit of a morbid one, but the children that have dealt with themselves, you have found their bodies.
Well, Cedric jumped from the second-story window. We found him in front of the orphanage in the morning
I
2
see.
weeks ago. But the 3 boys that fled, I know that Milivoj tried to get the wolf hunters to locate them, but
The wolf hunters.
yes,
As in people who hunt wolves, or people who hunt who are wolves?
they hunt wolves. They
Okay.
provide wolf to the Blue Water Inn tavern.
Alright.
So Milivoj, I think, paid them to try to locate the children, but they hadn't found them.
Okay. Alright. He's going to think for a moment and say, it would appear then that Milivoj is our first lead. I will go and talk to him and see if I can cure him of his ailments. Perhaps that will reveal a lead. We shall see. If you'd like,
It seems
if it's
he's
all right
not
with you.
conscious, but maybe you can get him to conscious. I don't know.
We shall see. If it is alright with you, I would also like to investigate the local surroundings and this orphanage in particular.
Of course, if you
I
can help, then whatever you need.
A night's rest will provide much better aid for me later on. However, as I can prepare a series of spells and tools which might be able to help out with this issue.
You are a magical creature indeed. Never seen one of whatever you are.
And I have never seen one of your kind to live as long as you have, so perhaps we have both seen the miracle today. He tries to make a joke and he's just like,
This is, I'm not that old.
It is strange. When my kin turned grey, they are centuries old, my friend. But that is in the Feywild. The laws of nature are different there.
You are a strange figure indeed. But that's beside the point.
Well, this is strange to me too.
And then she says, well, do you wish me to show you to Milivoj and maybe you can learn something from that?
First, I would like to look around for clues. Observe the environment.
Certainly.
And I would like to make my way up to the second story,
Yeah.
where I will brief Variac on the way up.
Yeah.
Make my way up to the second story where the
Okay.
kid threw himself off.
Okay.
Make my way.
All right.
And that's probably a good segue for everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. So I shall move you up to the second story of the orphanage, where you can see
Thank you.
cute paintings, or rather, these
Oh, adorable.
hands.
I did one of these when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I did one of these when I was a kid. Oh.
Yeah. So cool. There you go.
Cool.
Okay. So, dinner group, Rahadin by the doorframe requests you to come with him. Any protests?
Ronan is fine with going.
No protests? Okay. Is everyone here?
I'm here. I don't know.
Are we back at the castle?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
Cool. No doubt.
Yeah, let's move forward.
Yeah. All right. Ludmilla, as you leave, says, I didn't receive an invitation to the dinner, so maybe I'll see you later. As you all are following now Rahadin instead, and taken to down the floors again, all the way down to the first
Hello?
floor. Hello.
I do not think he can hear us.
Who? Who cannot hear?
Els couldn't hear us for a second.
Oh. Can you hear us now?
I'll go with no.
No? Maybe not. Well, good thing he's not in this scene.
Yeah.
Alright. So you see that
I cannot see anything again.
oh, you can't see anything again? Does that help anyone?
Yes.
I see 3 dots. I see 2 dots.
You see dots?
Just dots. That's all I see.
Yeah, like
There's a
right
dot
here.
there and a dot there.
There we go. Okay.
I just see a dude and a lady.
You guys
Okay.
see tokens? I'm just in an empty room.
I don't see my token.
I don't see. I
Oh.
see 2 dots, and then where all y'all are pinging. That's what I see. Oh, there we
Weird.
go.
Okay.
I don't see tokens.
Yeah, I mean neither.
I think my token is here because I see a box.
Okay. Well, regardless,
We
One
need tokens.
Go outside.
where as you come down to the first floor, I'll move us over to another scene anyway. So hold on. It's also this
That works.
with it jumps up to 98%. I think Foundry had an update like last week or this week, I think, and after that things have started to be a bit buggy. But I think that's a temporary thing. So, as you make your way down, you are met with organ music that is being played.
Well, Funky.
Nice. I'll walk forward, I suppose.
Clap,
Yeah.
clap, 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 clap.
So as this music is going, you can see on the other side of the large dinner table, and as I said, the double doors are open to the room that was previously closed, and the large dinner table and the large organs on the other side of it. You can see a figure playing this piano. It seems Escher, Sasha, and Rahadin are all just standing there waiting for the play to finish.
I am absolutely going to lean over to Alex and just say, while it's still playing, a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Definitely.
After the piece finishes, you see the figure of Strahd turn from the piano and says, "Welcome to Castle Ravenloft, Alexander, Ronan the Great, and Etri. I have heard many things about you. How did you find your way here? Was it a pleasant journey?"
Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
the carriage ride was quite nice and a great break from the weather. Thank you.
And at this point,
The
you
dream
can
was
see
terrible.
the dream.
Etri's assuming that he knows more than he's letting on, so Etri's
Okay.
going a ways back.
Okay, all right, yeah.
The dream.
Yeah. I was just making sure I heard you right.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
Yeah. At the while he's talking as well, you can see that Escher and Sasha are going up to the table and taking pictures of wine and filling goblets, and then coming up and providing you. And you can also see some that are just floating in the air, providing you all with goblets of wine as you stand there. He says, "Good, and do tell, what do you think about my castle?"
It's wonderful. Very big.
Quite lavish, yes.
The construction is fascinating. I've just been reading up on it, and I will hold up the building castle for dummies.
Yeah, Castle Building 101. Yeah.
Castle building 101. Yep.
He says, "Oh, yes, I see that you have already found my library. Good. Well, welcome again, and please take your seats. Let's have a dinner."
All right.
And there are plenty of seats for you to take along this long table, and he sits at the end of it. And as you are having the goblets, you can see that food is also flying through the air as you are provided with the starter. Hold on. Let me check out what your starter is. You are all provided with a bowl of lobster bisque that smells wonderful. And Strahd, holding on to his own goblet, takes a small sip from it and says, well, I wonder, what do you think about me? What have you heard of me?
Well, if I may, first and foremost, being a gracious host as you are to invite us here, we did come with a proper custom, at least from my world, and I will reach into my bag and I will pull out a bottle, because I have it in my notes. Mm-hmm. I have a bottle of Red Dragon Crush wine, mm-hmm. and I will offer it to him as just before I take my seat. If he'll allow me to get close, I will offer him the bottle.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to be seated? Do you want to sit close to Strahd or far away from Strahd? There are chairs right next to him, or next to the corner of the table.
I'm willing to sit closer if no one else is.
I'd sit close to him.
I would probably sit near Etchery, but be on the other side in case Etchery decides he needs to stab. I don't want to be in his way.
Okay. All right.
Precise.
Yeah. So you provide him with a bottle of Red Dragon Crush, and
yep.
He says,
and I will delete that from my inventory.
Yeah, he says, well, that is very gracious of you. Thank you. We can share this bottle amongst ourselves tonight. He looks and sees Ronan and goes, I have heard the name Ronan the Great, but what makes you great, Ronan?
I know some cool magic tricks.
That is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you know some good ones too, right?
Perhaps. But
it'd be wonderful if you could show me some. Not right now, but maybe eventually.
So you are a learned wizard then, interested in pursuing your books.
Yeah. I just want to try to learn as much magic as possible,
I don't wish to be rude, but do you feel that you are in a rush to do it before, the end?
I wouldn't say so. No, I mean, once I die, I die. I just try to learn as much as I can before then. I'm not trying to speed through it or anything.
Right. You take it as it comes, then.
Yes. But I do seek it out. It's not just like, if I get it, that's good. I actively try to get more magic.
And do tell, where have you gotten your magic thus far?
It's mostly just like practice, because as you know.
Where have you put your stack of books, by the way?
My stack.
Oh, sorry. No, that's Alexander. Where has Alexander put his stack of books?
I would have put them probably on the floor in between Etri and myself.
Okay.
Definitely not drawing attention to the fact that I have Strahd's tome.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would have pulled out my quill,
Mm-hmm.
and stuck it into my breast pocket.
Okay.
Or if I have like a storage inside of my jacket, it would go in there. So I don't want to draw too
Okay.
much attention to the fact that it's magical.
Sure. Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Sorry. So again, and where have you found your magic thus far?
Yeah, well, most of my magic, for most of my life, I've sort of just been like traveling around the world, getting to know some adventures, and sometimes they teach me some stuff. But recently, I've been in some pretty dangerous lands and situations, so I've been needing to use my magic quite a lot. And, with that, first off, you come more powerful in your magic, and knowing that, you need to survive while we're sleeping and stuff for like an hour every day or something, I try to figure out some new spells. That's how I've gotten most of it.
Do tell, I'm always so curious about the outside world. Where have you been? Where can one study magic outside of the lands of Barovia?
Well, me personally, I usually just like wander around towns anywhere. I sort of just go everywhere, and a lot of the times when I want to try to find magic, there's usually an inn somewhere that I can get some adventures. But other than that, there's some forests. Gosh, forests are really a good spot. They have like these people that can turn into animals, and there's some also like this fae stuff. You know about the like fae world and stuff? Actually, we have a friend who's from there. He's not here right now.
I have revealing stuff.
Don't let me out to that guy.
He says, I have read of the fae, yes, not very present in my lands.
Yeah. Well, I've met some adventurers from there. They taught me a little bit, and now I can teleport 30 feet whenever I want. And then there's
very useful.
Yeah, it's really cool. I know. And there are also some people from like shadow realms, and so now I can turn invisible. It's some cool stuff.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very much indeed. Now, have you learned alongside your very book-loving friend here, Alexander? Or how do you two relate to books differently?
Well, me, I'm not much of like a book person. I sort of learn more by just doing, and seeing it in action. I'm not much of a reader, but I do need to like write my spells down in books to remember them. I mean, Alexander, he's very literate. I'm pretty sure he learns all his magic from books. I may be wrong though.
Oh.
How do you learn your magic, Alexander?
Indeed, please enlighten us.
Well, written work is one of the greatest arts known to mankind. It's how we transfer knowledge and wisdom and stories and culture and things like that, and how it translates for one to the other to understand. So I use that as a way to hone my magic by figuring out the best ways to interpret it for others.
And do you also find your magic in books?
There is always magic in books, but my magic comes from within and my desire to learn.
Very people who learn magic from within at this table. Very interesting. And you, Etri, are not much of a magician, I have heard. How
No.
have you found yourself in the skill sets that you have obtained?
There are many uses for the generalizations that I specialize in, which I understand is a little bit oxymoronic. I am surviving. I have the upper hand in that, but otherwise, I am just here.
So, you learn your skill sets in order to survive then. It's a very useful thing
Right.
to survive. Otherwise, it would be far too short for anyone if they were not to survive. Well, I'm glad that you have come here. I have heard so many tales, but have not met you in person yet. Do tell, how have you enjoyed my lands, my beautiful valley?
Well, beauty is about perspective. And in ways I suppose it could be viewed as beautiful. Unfortunately, it has been a little antagonistic towards me and my friends here, but maybe there is beauty in such a harsh land.
Well, I have also heard that the wilderness, even outside of the lands, are quite dangerous indeed. So, well, I would hope that the settlements you have found to be safe at least, but it is far too much to make sure that all the lands are safe.
I mean, do you have like any control over the lands? Could you try to make it safer, more safe than it already is, like outside of these settlements?
Well, I don't control over nature, no. That is, nature is a beast of its own. But I see that the settlements have ensured their own safeties with the walls and guards, and you being capable in your own right seem to be quite competent at traveling the lands even without the safety of the settlements.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, for the most part.
Yes, I did send an invitation to more people than what arrived. Can you tell me about that?
I'm gonna look over at the others.
There's been some emergencies, and for the safeties of some of the citizens here, our cohorts have taken precedent to do that. They send you their warmest regards, but hope that you can understand for the protection of those who are innocent and in need of help that they could not turn a blind eye.
Many of your invitations, as I might presume, have fallen on deaf ears. Or should I say dead ears? As well.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss if one of your has perished, and I'm curious what kind of an emergency are we talking about? Perhaps I could help in the matter.
A lost child in desperate need of a home. However, we are very blessed that one of those traveling among us is a very kind soul, and he offered to take the little one to a place of refuge, and in doing so, one of our other compatriots decided to travel with them, as in the stronger pair to protect the little one would be better than just an individual alone.
That is quite the kind thing to do. I'm glad you're traveling with kind-hearted people.
So please understand that their presence here is not meant as an insult or being rude, but when children are involved, the least we can do is help protect them so that they can build a better future for all of us.
Certainly. And at this point, the starters are, let's say, finished or whatever, and everyone except Ronan takes notice of the fact that Strahd hasn't been eating any of it, and the plates get cleared away and replaced by a plate of sliced tender beef drizzled in a dark sauce and framed with vibrant greens. And placed between you are bowls of freshly baked bread, still warm from the oven, and pads of freshly churned butter. And all of this kind of gives a pleasant smell to the dining room. And Strahd kind of gestures, please enjoy. I hope it tastes good.
Well, I mean, Ronan will eat it.
Yeah.
I do hope that you are not shy in regards to eating in front of an audience.
Ronan, it tastes like ash. I'd say it smells really good, but tastes like ash, so it's kind of a strange experience.
Okay.
So this dinner is unfortunately kind of ruined for you.
I'll pretend like I'm really loving it.
Yeah.
Demand a refund.
Yeah.
Call the manager.
Send it back to the kitchen.
Yeah. He replies and says, I am not... this is not the food I wish to partake in, but I do enjoy that you seem to enjoy it yourselves.
Well, we are guests. We should honor the food that is presented.
Indeed. And as the
So yeah,
go ahead.
I am partaking,
Mhm.
but I may not be finishing my plate
Okay. It
as
is
these go on.
yeah. It's a very delicious meal, very well made and of food that royalty would eat. I guess as the entree proceeds, we can jump real quick to the orphanage. As it seems like jumping between this and the orphanage kind of works. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't see an Etri in the game. Or sorry, an Azim in the game. No, not an Azim. Avery. Jesus, all the characters.
I am not in the game. I have to head off in 4 minutes.
Oh yeah. I was gonna yeah. But I guess you can just point out what are you as you come to the second floor. You can see several doors here. Some open, some not.
Okay. Yeah, so I was actually just going to go investigate the suicide scene.
The what?
The suicide scene. Where the kid jumped out the window.
Yeah, you can see on the just as you go up and you turn 180 degrees, you can see at the back of the hallway is the boarded up window. And looking at it, let's see here. That's that one. Okay. Numero 8.
Yeah. The game was having a few issues, so I turned it off for a little bit. And
no, it's all good. I can pull you to this, but maybe if it works. Right on that side, you can see there is a hatch on the ceiling to the attic. I would also imagine Irina and Variak are both coming along in this.
Sure.
But you see, it's the window is broken and boarded up. What are you trying to figure out about it?
Yeah, I was just worried. Well, not worried. I was curious to see if there was any evidence here of like a struggle. You know, the standard investigation procedure.
Okay.
Is there any evidence of a struggle? Mm-hmm. Are there any pieces of furniture that appear upon original perception misplaced?
Yeah.
What's up with that hatch on the roof? You know, that sort of stuff.
Okay. You can make a perception investigation check. One of them. I would imagine.
I'm gonna make a perception check.
Yeah.
Just gonna bop a d20 out.
Yeah. Bop a d20.
Wow.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, well it's an 8, but looking around, you do not see any signs of a struggle or anything. No claw marks or anything like any drag marks or anything like that.
Can I be a bit cheeky?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be a little bit cheeky? If somebody's with me, can they give me the help action?
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll again.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Merciful DM.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Okay, 19. So you don't see any sign of it. The same answer.
It's worthwhile to just
yeah. No, that's all good. Yeah. But as you and Variak and Irina are all kind of looking around for any signs of a struggle here, you don't see anything.
Okay, but there is no like furniture that's been misplaced.
No.
The hatch up top hasn't been left open.
No.
Was this where there was damage to the window, by the way?
What?
Was this where there was damage to the window and it's been boarded up?
There is a boarded up window, and that's the only evidence of something happening here.
But that means they would have had to run fast enough to push through the window glass, which means there could have been a chance that there was something compelling them to do so. They wouldn't do it for no reason. Evidence found. And with that, I've got to go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Actually, now I was distracted with other thoughts. But no, you actually do see slight like drag marks on the windowsill. Yeah, you actually do see tiny marks that might indicate a struggle, but you're not sure.
Okay, so can I have a look at these marks? Do they look like mark of beast or man?
They appear to be small, like it could be the hand of a child.
Like fingernails dragging down the wood.
Yeah, like fingers,
Yeah.
or some kind of
Maybe. Oh
smaller.
man, maybe something dragged him out or chucked him out. Oh man. Oh god, I've got to investigate this attic next session. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So we've got
That's good to know,
two action-packed scenes happening on different sides. I mean, I guess the dinner isn't really action-packed at the moment.
Action packed.
Action packed, full of books.
But yeah, we're having dinner and investigating orphanages. So I think since Elsa has to anyway leave, so we can end it there, because we're not gonna finish the dinner tonight anyway.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we can rejoin in 5 weeks. Was that not the new schedule? I think
Hey.
once every 5 weeks. No.
Hey, hey, you! I don't need your sass. Hey.
Okay. Next week we'll get into it.
Next week on Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
Next week.
All right. I'm gonna
Next
end
week
the
on
stream.
the next thrilling episode of Dragon Ball Z. Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Yeah. So I'll end the stream. So thank you for watching, and happy dungeon delving. Say goodbye to YouTube, everyone.
Bye, YouTube!
See you next time, viewers.
We got 4 Russian bots too. Yay!
Yay! Bye, Russian
До
bot.
свидания.
Bye, Russian bots.
That's what we like.